Dear finance professionals and students, welcome to podcast of Fca Deepak Rao, a practicing chartered accountant. Daily news and updates for 8th March 2024. Tata Sons is understood to be working on a plan to restructure itself to become compliant with Reserve Bank of India rules. This follows the RBI declining to offer any concessions after an informal request seeking exemption from the mandated listing of so-called upper layer non-banking finance companies. Tata Sons is the holding company of the Tata Group. Finance companies are expected to moderate loan disbursals following the banking regulator's recent restrictions on high margin but potentially risky business lines such as gold loans and securities financing. The Reserve Bank of India recently ordered curbs on IIFL Finance's gold loans and JM Financial Products financing of bonds and stocks. This regulatory action is likely to make banks more conservative in lending to non-bank financiers, leading to concerns about liquidity for onward lending. The RBI's moves are aimed at curbing unethical practices and systemic risks in the financial sector, although they may temporarily impact credit expansion. Peak 15 partners, formerly Sequoia Capital India and Tiger Global, are among a bunch of investors that have held talks to acquire a stake in SoftBank-backed e-commerce firm Meesho in a secondary deal. Some angel investors and other early backers of Meesho are likely to sell shares worth around $200 million. The transaction is likely to take place at a valuation of $3.5 to $3.9 billion depending on the final terms. The Union Cabinet has approved a 4% increase in dearness allowance for central government employees and dearness relief for pensioners starting January 1, 2024. This will increase the total exchequer by 50%, benefiting approximately 49.18 lakh employees and 69.95 lakh pensioners. The Securities and Exchange Board of India barred JM Financial from acting as a lead manager for any public issue of debt securities due to a violation of regulations. The regulator has passed an interim order against the firm on this matter. This comes after the Reserve Bank of India barred JM Financial Products Limited from doing any form of financing against shares and debentures due to certain serious deficiencies with respect to loans sanctioned by the company for IPO financing as well as NCD subscriptions. CBDT clarifies provisions under Finance Act 2023 relating to donations made by a trust or institution to another trust or institution for purposes of the application of income. Any trust or institution registered under Section 12AA or 12AB of the Income Tax Act 1961 is exempt subject to the fulfillment of certain conditions. This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.